Welcome again to another World Cup final. This time we're in Seoul, Germany, and today the final event for the men's double trap. The world record has already been tied, so we're going to have a lot of excitement this afternoon. But what about this event? What about double trap shooting? Let's listen and look to the explanation that Dwayne Wigger, coach for shotgun for the United States team, is about to give us right now. Please pay attention because it's very interesting. Take a look. Dwayne Wigger. That last name carries a lot of weight. A friend of ours, probably one of the best rifle shooters ever, and you coach shotgun.
That's correct, yeah. Loans Wigger, who you're referring to, is a distant relative of ours. He's way down the line. There's not many Wiggers in the United States, but he is related, many times removed, but yes, he is.
Okay, Dwayne, what can you tell us about this event, the double trap? It's different than any other event. What are the peculiarities?
Well, double trap is, if you could relate it to any other shotgun game, it would be similar to skeet in that it's a real technique game. Trap's more of a pure gun pointer shotgun game. There's a lot of technique and timing involved in this game. It takes many hours of practice to master the technique. It's unusual for a shotgun game because the first target, you're basically shooting the first target before it gets to your gun. Instead of yes, it's correct. So on station 1, Bill Keever for our country is standing there. He's going to shoot the right target first, and he's a right-handed shooter, so the right target's going to be a little bit blind to him coming out of the house. So on the station 1, he's going to hold his gun, his hold point we call it, a little higher than normal to allow himself more time to see the first target come out of the house. And then after he shoots the first target, he'll see it in his peripheral vision, a flash of orange. He'll never really see the whole target. He just sees a flash. As soon as he sees the flash, he pulls the trigger. So he's shooting a dead gun on the first bird, never moving it. He's picking an exact spot in the air where the first target will at some point in time be, and as soon as he sees the orange streak in his peripheral, he pulls the trigger. So it's a dead gun move. Then the second target, he just simply goes over with the gun as soon as he's pulled the trigger on the first target and looks for this, acquires it and shoots it normally like any other shotgun target. So on the first one, you'll watch him here. He's going to be a completely dead gun. There will be no movement to it whatsoever. He'll shoot it in his peripheral vision as soon as he sees it come out of the house, and then immediately gets off of it and goes to the second target. Now Glenn Eller here on the second bird, he's getting a little bit better visibility on the first target. He's also going to be dead gunning the first bird's got a little bit of a movement to engage it, but as a right-handed shooter comes from 1 working their way down the sidewalk towards 5, the first target becomes more and more visible to them, so their hold points will lower as they get a little more visibility on the target leaving the house. Station 3 is kind of an optional station on what bird they shoot first. A right-handed shooter, it's typically easier for a guy to swing the gun into his face instead of away from his face. So, but our thinking here as coaches of the U.S. is to shoot the lowest bird first. In this case, we're shooting the wide pair C pair, which both birds are the same height. So he'll pick whatever bird he feels comfortable with. And typically, it will be the right bird first since he's a right-handed shooter, and then he will swing the gun into his face, which keeps the gun on his face instead of swinging it away from his face, which is real easy to get your face off of the gun. In station 4, we revert to shooting the left target first, and then the right target, and we'll do the same thing on 5. Here, for a right-handed shooter, the first bird's going to show up real nice, real quickly because there's no gun in front of their left eye, and they'll lower their holds because they can see the first bird quicker and shoot the left bird than the right bird. And then similarly on 5, it's very similar. Have the best visibility of all. Josh is going to shoot the left bird first with a steel gun. His hold point will be fairly low because he'll see the bird very quickly, and then immediately get to the right target. the key, one of the keys to double trap is to not watch the outcome of the first shot. As soon as you pull the trigger on the first shot, you should transition your eyes immediately to the second target, because the first shot's, it's over with. There's no sense to watch and see what happens. You want to acquire the second target as quickly as you possibly can. So as soon as the gun, a report of the gun, you feel the gun going off, you're moving your eyes and your gun to the second target. So it makes, you know, these guys, you can watch the U.S. guys, they shoot rather quickly. And it's the reason for that being, they're not watching what happens with the first bird. As soon as they shoot the first bird, the gun and the eyes go immediately to the second target, and therefore they're on the second target fairly quickly and able to break it faster. So it's, you know, it's closer in range, I guess you could say. There's less, the target's going faster the closer to the house it is. There's more speed on the target. The more speed there is on a target, the less movement the target's going to have with wind or whatever. As the target slows down, wind affects it more, and it tends to move up and down and drop and hop and everything. So we train for the guys to shoot that second target as quickly as they can, get their eyes and gun on the second target as quickly as they can, so that they'll have the best chance of hitting the target. So,
Dwayne, thank you a million.
You bet.
That's
my pleasure, Ralph.
Great explanation about this event, and Double Trap is a very exciting event.
It's a great game, and I was a double trap shooter before I became a coach, and I've enjoyed it very much, and we've got a good group of young kids coming through the ranks shooting the game, and so we're hoping for great things in the future from double trap.